Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Against the Public for August 12th. I'm Dana Lane. Today, we're going to go through my top Major League Baseball free plays. Get your week started in the right direction. After the show, please go to Pickdawgz.com. I'll have my premium Major League Baseball plays locked and loaded as I do every single day, right up through the World Series. You can jump on my single plays or my Major League Baseball 3-pack for just $49.99. Every 3-pack and individual play comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. In addition, there's only one way to get every play that I release, and it was a good weekend to do so. We absolutely smashed the NFL preseason in week 1. Hope to do it again in week 2, but you get that all access pass and you get every play that I release for one low price, and you can do that over the next 30 days for just $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or jump on an annual all access pass that gives you every play I release from now to this time next year for just $3.70 a day. And the way that works and the way that breaks down, I've done it before, but I just want to make sure everybody understands. The way it breaks down is you pay for the preseason, you pay for the NFL regular season, and you pay for college football. Essentially, with that price, you're getting the NHL, NBA, college basketball, the rest of the Major League Baseball this year, and Major League Baseball up to this point next year for free. That gives you an idea of how good that deal is. So please make sure, if you're just a football guy, or you kind of dabble in the other sports, this is the perfect package for you. We've started that NFL preseason, week 1 in the books, an 8-4 mark through my first 12 plays. Good for the top spot on Pickdawgz.com. I do have a season package up there right now. I've prorated it, as I will do with each week that goes by. Only a few now, not like it used to be, but right now you can get the rest of preseason, $149.99. That's $50 off the preseason price that we had up there initially. So now it's just $149.99. Gives you every player release for one low price. We smashed 56% of our winners during the regular season last year. College football and the NFL combined over 4,000 units won. That's number 1 in that category. We also have just a few days left until college football. 12 days left until that kicks off. Smashed it, as we just talked about. So needless to say, I'm very excited about football. Thank you to everybody who joined me this past weekend. If you missed out on last year, please don't miss out again. And if you were with me last year, I expect each and every one of you to be back this year. Okay, on to your free plays. Remember, these are probable pitchers, so please double check before making your wager. We'll start things off 6:40 Eastern Time, 9:51, 9:52. St. Louis Cardinals against the Cincinnati Reds. Cardinals on the road, minus $1.30. 9 under, minus 18. Sonny Gray against Andrew Abbott. We just have about 500 tickets monitored on this, so it's not it's not a massive sample size, but it appears that the public are going to be on the Cardinals and they're going to be on the over, which is fine with me. 94% of the money is on St. Louis, along with 64% of the tickets. The total betting betting on the totals, I guess I should say, 96% of the money is on the over, along with 94% of the tickets. This isn't a real significant amount of money. It's just kind of the percentage. So it's not enough to move the total, but we have seen some movement on the side, as much as 10 cents in favor of the Cardinals. So if you're going to be on the side in this one, just know that line is moving, depending on which way that you prefer to put your money. Sonny Gray was terrific, or has been terrific this year. His strikeout numbers have been great, and when you want to bet the total, those strikeout numbers are very much in play for me. I love to get behind a pitcher with a massive amount of strikeout numbers, and it does two things for our wager. Number one, it allows a pitcher that may have a few ducks on the pond to get out of trouble, because he has the ability to get hitters to swing and miss. And in Gray's case, his season average of 7.29 Ks per inning, you're essentially eliminating almost 3 innings off of every game when you have a strikeout pitcher on the mound. Over his last 5 starts, that strikeout number has risen just a little bit to 7.6 strikeouts per game. So you're almost up around that 3-inning mark, which is massive when you're going to go under the total. Andrew Abbott, a guy who needs to bounce back. Poor effort against Miami. Allowed 6 earned runs in 5 innings and a 6-4 loss to the Fish. Miami, when Abbott gets in trouble, it is certainly in the heart of that lineup, and we have seen that time and time again. That 3rd and 4th spot in opposing teams' lineups have absolutely crushed Andrew Abbott. A 302 average. That's a massive problem because the 2-hole, although it's not in the 300s, is hitting 270. When you have that 2-hole hitting 270 against Abbott, and you have that 3-4 hole hitting over 300, well, you get behind pretty quickly in ball games. Expect the Cardinals, I think, to be extremely aggressive early in the count because when Abbott's been hit hard, it's been early in the at-bat. And when he's behind, that's when he's been the most effective, or, ahead, not behind. Opposing hitters are behind. He's ahead in the count. But I guess it's like everybody else. You want to get ahead in the count. But specifically with him, even on first pitch, if you look at first pitch averages with Abbott, it's not very good. So it is extremely important, more so I even think, for him to get ahead in the count. And we'll see how he does. But we are looking at a 9 with the juice to the under, and that's telling me that the odds makers kind of favor that under a little bit. There's not much movement here, and that to me is a number that tells me to go under the 9. So that's where our first free pick is going to go. Game number 2, 6:40 Eastern Time, 971, 972. Chicago Cubs against Cleveland Guardians. Shota Imanaga against Ben Lively. The Cubs minus $1.17. 8 is your total on the road. That's an interesting number. Imanaga is one of those pitchers who have quietly become one of the most reliable pitchers in the National League. It has a 9-2 record, a 3.06 ERA. There was a couple of rocky starts of late. If you wondered if there was a couple rocky starts, if you're kind of trying to figure out whether or not he's had a good recent form, he did show some cracks, but came back real strong. If you watch that last outing against the Minnesota Twins, he allowed just 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 10 Ks in 7 innings, and that Cubs 7-3 win against the Mets. He has also, when we talk about strikeout numbers, 128 Ks and 123 in the 3rd innings. That's real good when you want to go under the total. Lively's 10-7, a 3.59 ERA. That ERA blew up some after a poor start against the Diamondbacks, where he got hit pretty hard. But actually, he didn't get hit hard. He allowed himself to get in bad situations, and the hits he did allow really hurt him because he allowed four walks and 2 home runs and 4 hits overall. And that was just in 5 innings. So the walks hurt him and the homers hurt him, and that's why his ERA blew up a little bit. But before that game, the former Central Florida star has 2.78 ERA. So you take that game out of the equation, and those numbers look a lot better for Lively. We see betting patterns indicate that the public will be on the over with 94% of the cash, but the money line betting is right down the middle in case you want to be on that. I'm interested in the total here, so I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait right up until game time to try to get the best number. I suspect I could get as good as minus $1.05 and maybe even money, but I think $1.05. If I see that, I'll jump on it. We're going to go under that 8. And then game number 3, 9:38 Eastern Time, 969, 970. Toronto Blue Jays against the Los Angeles Angels. And the Angels, home favorite, minus $1.11, slight home favorite. 9 over minus 20. Bowden Francis against Davis Daniel. I suspect we're going to get, I suspect we need a little bit more education on both of these starters, considering Francis and Daniel are just making their 6th start of the season. Francis is 4-3. He has a 5.44 ERA and owns that ERA despite a winning record because his first two starts of the season was absolute. I mean, I guess the only way I can say it is they were garbage. He allowed 12 earned runs in 8 1/3 innings. That's a 12.97 ERA. Then they moved him to the bullpen, which most of you know, that makes it very difficult to chisel down that ERA. He started one more game. That was an extremely good effort against the Oakland A's, but mostly the Jays have used him out of the pen and really made him into a closer. So that's what he's been doing. Numbers aren't great, but it's really because of those first two starts of the season. In fact, if you take out those first two numbers, he's 4-1 on the season with a 3.95 ERA. So those are numbers that look a lot better. Daniel's 1-3, a 6.04 ERA. 0-3 with an 8.83 ERA in his last 5 starts. Opponents are hitting 324 over his last 2 starts and 298 over his last 5. As a favorite, the Angels are 6-12. They've only been favored 18 times this year. They've lost 12 of those games. That's 25th in baseball, minus 7.35 units. They're 26-35 at home, minus 4.52 units. And they're 46-56 against teams that are playing 460 baseball or less. Give me Toronto here, minus the $1.09. That does it for your Monday free plays. Please go to pickdawgz.com to get involved with one of my many available packages, including that all-access pass that gives you every play that I release for one low price, including that NFL preseason, which has been terrific so far. Make sure you get involved in that. You can do that by getting on that all-access pass, or you can jump on the NFL preseason pass that's down to $149.99, and that gives you every play from now through the end of the preseason. Here's your Monday free play recap. St. Louis, Cincinnati, under minus $1.18. Chicago Cubs and Cleveland, under 8. Toronto, minus $1.09. And that Cincinnati, St. Louis, looks like that number had changed a little bit. I think it's at 9. We gave it out at 9, so we'll stick with that number. It looks like the juice on that had changed in some of the properties, but that's what we're going to go with on Monday. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who watches on a daily basis. Thank you so much for hitting that like and subscribe button. That like button, I see those likes going up. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Please continue to do that. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Monday.